So I know I'm a little bit late with today's upload. I just had my last final today, and you know, after you finish finals, you kind of just like check out for a few hours. Well, I'm back now recording this. Basically, today's episode of Upcoming Mods, the series where I show you currently work in progress mods by different mod authors in the community, is going to be a little bit different. Rather than just showing you a bunch of random mods, I'm actually going to be specifically showing you mods that are from the larger overhauls. So those mods adding in a ton of new world space, trying to transform the game in some way. I've talked about these in the past, but basically some of these get kind of monthly updates that are rather large, but otherwise every once in a while we'll just get a picture here and there. So in this video I'm just going to go across each of these and show you some of the work, even though it's not as large as a kind of monthly update deserving its own video, but some of the work they've done over the past few weeks. That makes sense? I don't know, again, I'm pretty mentally checked out right now, so it's going to be a lax video, laid back one. Don't expect too much from me right now. I definitely need a little break from life. So first, as the thumbnail suggests, we actually have Fallout 4 New Vegas. These guys post consistent updates on their Discord as well as their Facebook page. Mainly their Facebook page, I feel like, is where they get a lot of their attention. I'm going to have both of those linked down below, so check them out. Definitely give these guys some support. They've been getting a lot of attention lately, and with that comes a lot of misinformation. So first, let's clear up a few things. This doesn't have a definitive release date. A lot of people are throwing that 2018 number. That'd be really cool. I'm sure they would love to do that, but they're not confirming that they're going to release in 2018. Maybe it's a goal, maybe it's not a goal. Frankly, I just want a good mod. If it comes in 2019 instead, that's fine by me. They also released their Bozar earlier in the week, so if you're interested in that, hey. But regardless, again, Fallout 4 New Vegas. We got a few incremental updates. Again, these guys post pretty regular updates on their Facebook page. I would definitely stay subscribed or follow or whatever to that. What you're seeing right now is one of the surrounding regions of Good Springs. They said they've been working on a lot of the world space as well as some of the content. They released a few different music tracks this week. You could also find those on any of the things I do have linked down below. They're pretty cool. Some of the remasters or kind of recreations of the original Fallout New Vegas themes. It's actually really good music to just kind of put on in the background. Personally, I've been putting on Eminem Revival, but I'm sure that'll die down shortly. Did you hear what he said about Ivanka Trump? Moving on though, we have some more images of other things. I don't think there's anything specific, it's just some overarching world shots. Again, these are fairly small updates. They also talk about here how they actually got nominated for the ModDB Top 100 list, so vote for them if you haven't. I personally voted for them. I tweeted about it to prove it. Hopefully they'll become Mod of the Year, or maybe next year they'll become Mod of the Year. But either way, cool updates from them. Definitely check out some of these. You can see the images and some of the songs in high resolution down below, and also find a link to that Bozar download. So we have some updates to Fallout Cascadia. If you guys don't know, this is the mod bringing Seattle into Fallout 4 as like a separate expansion, DLC, new playable world space, whatever you want to call it. It's going to take you to a new place, so it's not really going to be in the Commonwealth. It's just using Fallout 4 as more of an engine to create their own creation. Starting things off, we actually have a Wanamingo. I think I'm pronouncing that right. This is one of the enemies you found in Fallout 2. Oh yeah, by the way, you can find pretty much everything I'm showing you on their Twitter. I believe they also just recently updated their kind of website, so you can check both of those out down below, but the main source of these are Twitter, so follow them. Yeah, it's kind of like a face grabber type thing. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. Some of the Twitter responses are pretty funny though, and it gives you a lot of inspiration as to maybe where these were inspired from in the real world. But no, really, they actually are from Fallout 2. They were kind of this weird, interesting enemy. It was another thing created by the FEV, the thing that created the super mutants, and they were actually killed off in Fallout 2, so it's going to be interesting as to how they implement it, assuming it's the same creature. I'm like 95% sure, but it could be something different. Then we have some tents. These are going to be by Raw Creations. I imagine this will be used by the NCR. Obviously, the NCR is making a return in Fallout Cascadia. We got some of those NCR armors a few months ago that are really cool, and these tents honestly look just like the tents we see the NCR using in Fallout New Vegas, so I imagine it's going to be the same exact things, and you'll see some NCR troopers in and around these having a fun time. Maybe making some small chat over a fire. So today I learned Seattle has a volcano. So yeah, we actually have some screenshots of a volcano. You can see that in the background as well as just the kind of desolate looking ground there. This is pretty cool. So this is of course going to be some level design shots. I had no idea that Seattle had a volcano in it. I don't even necessarily know where Seattle is exactly. Like I have a general idea, but if I had to pick it out on a map, I probably couldn't. You know, just East Coast things. Either way, we do have some screenshots of that looking pretty cool. I'm excited to see if this is going to have some cool quests associated with it. Obviously, huge monuments like this are always a big part of Fallout games. I guess it's not really a monument, but like huge locations or notable things in the world. Moving on, we actually have this really cool World's Fair poster. So this is going to be the grand reopening of Seattle World's Fair. This, of course, is going to be from before the war, so not necessarily going to be something you get to experience unless there are pre-war segments in Fallout Cascadia, which I do not know. I don't think anyone knows unless you're a developer. More realistically, you'll probably see it on the wall as a poster, but either way, it actually looks pretty cool. Then we have a piece of concept art. So it's going to look like one of the downtown regions, definitely a pretty dense area as there are a lot of high buildings. It almost looks like more of a slums or kind of mix of a commercial district with residential district. Either way, looking pretty cool. You can actually see something interesting in the background. It almost looks like a wall back there. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it looks like this will make for some interesting regions. Hopefully the FPS doesn't tank here like in Boston and Fallout 4. That would be an added plus to this. Then we have this statue. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, right? Yeah, so this one is quite interesting. It seems like there's going to be aliens in Fallout Cascadia. The guys have been looking at the aliens in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, taking inspiration from their Zetan ships. Of course, that is going to be the one from Mothership Zeta, as well as the crash-landed alien ship in Fallout 4, that random event. So maybe there's going to be some quests associated with aliens. Obviously, there's a bunch of internal shots here, looking at like that core sector of the two ships. So invariably, we're probably going to be able to board this ship. That's pretty cool. I know Mothership Zeta wasn't like everyone's favorite Fallout 3 DLC. I personally had a lot of fun with it. It was kind of short and, you know, kind of just an experience. After you finished it, you didn't really have all that much to show other than those cool weapons, like no new lands or shops or anything. But it was definitely a different and memorable experience. I vividly remember playing through Mothership Zeta on my Xbox 360 at the time. So if these guys could even slightly recapture that, I think it'll make for a really awesome quest in their much larger mod. Then it looks like we actually have a map of Seattle. This one looks pretty cool. So it seems like you're going to have some of the different locations or major locations here. You're going to have like the NCR, it says there. I imagine that'll just be kind of where they hold, maybe not the name of the town. Then Ground Zero, of course, that's probably where a bomb hit. A sinkhole, which is probably a sinkhole. And then Cascade, maybe that'll be like the main town of the region, the nice place you can go, what Diamond City could have been. And yeah, all around looking like a really cool image. I'm really excited for this mod. Hopefully you guys are also. But moving on, we still have one more. Yeah, I don't know why I said one more, I meant two more. So then we have another update to Fallout Liberty Hell. I imagine a lot of you guys do not know what this is because my original video on it like got no views. I think YouTube played a role there. More or less what this mod is aiming to do is add in Philadelphia into Fallout 4. So we have a few images of this. First, we do have those northern lights looking very cool. These guys have been working on this for quite a while now, posting pretty consistent updates. They're definitely the smallest project out of the bunch, so if you're going to give love to one of these mods, I would definitely say this one needs it the most. Links down below. Either way, we do have a bunch of other screenshots of just some different things going on with it. You can see what looks like a coal or rail mine here going through a different mountain mine. That looking pretty cool. They also mentioned a hiccup they had with a crater they're trying to develop, but now that crater is going to be like its own space with its own weather and all that, making it very distinctive from the rest of the world. That's pretty cool. They also clarify that it's not going to be on Creation Club and they actually are recruiting. Again, not a ton here. The in-game screenshots I think are definitely speaking a lot louder volumes than necessarily what they're actually typing. The screenshots for this mod always looked really cool. It seems like they've done a ton of work into the world space and it looks like a genuinely interesting place to travel through. It seems like as you travel in different directions, you're going to find different regions and they're going to have distinctively different feels. Like you saw one that was a wooded and tree area looking very green, but another place that was like a mine, which, you know, those are two different things. And coming from a mod with a fairly small world space, although this one's actually going to have a quite large world space, but still it's a mod. That's pretty cool. It's a nice thing to see. Last but not least, we do have Fallout 4, the Capital Wasteland project. This is going to be bringing Fallout 3 into Fallout 4, very similar to Fallout 4 New Vegas. This is actually just a screenshot dump. Normally they have like monthly updates. Maybe they got lazy this month. Maybe they just wanted to change things up. So all we have is a bunch of screenshots of the world space. Personally, I like this. It looks really cool. It looks really nice. It almost doesn't look like Fallout 3 because that green tint is missing and everything is just so updated. You could really see here, I feel like the differences between Fallout 4's engine compared to Fallout 3 or even New Vegas's engine. But the world space really does capture that desolate feel, I feel like almost more than Fallout 4. This truly looks like a location where there is nothingness. A lot of death occurred here and, you know, the lack of trees, foliage really just adds to that. There's not much more to say. I'm going to have links to everything I showed you down below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. As always, I thank you for watching. Check out some of these guys' Discords, check out their Facebook, Twitter, whatever it may be. It's been an informal one. I know it definitely wasn't like the same or typical type of video, but again, I had finals, I'm tired. I just wanted to make a kind of relaxed and just interesting video, or hopefully you found it interesting. As always, again, and thank you for watching. I hope to see you all next time, and yeah, later.